Hello, viewers. My name is Marian Golda. I am a civil engineer, and this is Uhandisi Talks. I know I've been away for a while now, but it's really good to be back. Um, Today, I want us to talk about site experience, and video is going to be so good for engineers who have never been on site, for students who have never been on site. I just want to get into some of the benefits of site experience, some of the things you need to watch out for, some of the things that you need to expect uh, during your first work attachment internship on site. So let's get into it. All right. So personally, I have worked on site in different capacities. So the first time I was on site was for data collection, was for doing inventory and condition surveys, which basically you go on site to collect data that of the existing condition of the project site, so that it will inform your designs. So basically that. So really, you find yourself on site for different reasons, depending on the objectives of the project that you're doing. So mostly, I think I found myself on site doing inventory and condition surveys, but there are very many scenarios that you find yourself on site for. You need maybe to do general surveys before you even start the project, before sometimes even before bidding. So before you write any section report, you need to go on site, to see, to collect data. But then another experience that I've had on site was also like construction, the actual implementation of projects. So those have informed the content of this video. And just a disclaimer is that your experience on site is going to depend really on your capacity or your role. Sorry, your role. It's going to depend on the nature of works. It's going to depend on your field of specialization. It's going to depend on the location. So a lot of things, factors really. But those are just some of the ones that I can point out. Yes. So let's get to now the benefits of site experience. What I can start with is site experience will give you that opportunity to witness, not only witness, but to be involved and participate in the implementation of projects, whatever project that you'll be involved in or that you'll be doing from start to finish. So you really understand like broad aspects of project delivery. You will understand people, human resource management. You will understand the safety aspects of the project. You will understand management of processes. You understand. You'll understand things like safety. I think I've spoken of safety. You'll understand project planning, quality control. So there's all those dynamics, you get to understand so much just by being on site and seeing like different kinds of stages of implementation being done. So depending on your capacity, I keep saying capacity, on your role on site, you will experience that process to different categories, I can say. Then I think you get to understand what different aspects, different experts, do in projects and how that affects your work. So then you get to witness even beyond just knowing, you understand their work. You get to witness how things like electrical works are done, where they're done, at what stage are they done, I mean, how are they affecting, other kind of works? You get to witness things like surveying, you get to witness things like mechanical engineering works. So there is that collaboration, and you get to see, the actual implementation of all these disciplines of engineering or construction, and you get to learn so much about how they are intertwined with your area. And something else that will happen with that experience is you become a better designer. You become a better design engineer. As a design engineer, there is that element of perfection. Before you go on site, you always believe your designs are perfect. So what happens is site, it really gets to disapprove you. Every site has its challenges, and what happens during the design stages, you try as an engineer, of course, to ensure that you get ahead of as much as you can. But you find that during implementation of the projects, somehow they're just what comes up, something that was missed in the design stage. So you find out that you find yourself knowing what works to what extent and what doesn't work. I think one of the things that I can point out from my experience is that when you're casting a column, you're really not going to get exactly. If you're having a 200 by 400 column, it's not going to be exactly 200 and 400 for all of them. You might get a 175 by 375, 160 by 3, 50 sometimes. And that element of perfection kind of leaves you, what works. So even during your design, I think you will know what kind of allowances to give. I think some other example that I can give that may be helpful in understanding the point that I'm making. And I'm sorry that this is biased, and it's more civil engineering and structural engineering to be specific. But that's my area of work mostly. So what happens is, you find for small projects, it's very hard for them to do like the testing and come up with maybe like the recommended concrete class that is used for design. So I was actually talking to one of my engineer friends, and I think they told me something that made real sense. That during designs of such, you can do maybe when you know that they're not going to be able to achieve that kind of class for concrete, then you do your designs at class 15 concrete. I think that was something, such kind of things are what you learn on site. And when like for this kind of a project, for this type of a project, for this size of a project, this is what you expect. This is what you don't expect. So knowing that is going to, when you apply that during your designs, then you make better designs, realistic designs. So something else that you understand with that experience is project management. So you understand the different aspects of project delivery. Really, it doesn't matter if your designation is a project engineer or not. You will have an opportunity to understand the different processes and different aspects of project delivery from the start to the finish. The challenges, of course, and how to get through that. Something else is that you will improve your people skills. So you collaborate, you will find yourself managing teams, project teams. You will manage people, you manage processes, you find yourself managing conflicts. So I think it will improve your people skills. You learn construction jargon, all those kinds of ways they speak on site. And, you know, most times, if you're in Kenya, there is no English there, it's Swahili. Yeah, on site, it's Swahili. I mean, I know Swahili. I'm a Kenyan, I know Swahili. But on site, it's a different level. It's a different level of Swahili. Okay, so I just wanted to put that out there if you didn't know that. So something else is you improve your problem solving skills. It doesn't matter how perfect your design is. Or your designer is, as I told you, every site just has its challenges. And as you start implementing the project, you find that something just comes up and you need to solve the problem. As the engineer who's on site, you need to give a solution to whatever problem arises. So you are an engineer to solve problems anyway, but being on site, you're just going to hone in that skill. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I hope at this point you're already excited about going on site. You know, site really has much more benefits, maybe probably than I've spoken. And something that I can speak on, and this might not be related to your career growth at all, but if you love exploring places and if you love traveling, I think site is going to grant you that. I remember when I did road inventory and condition surveys, I was able to travel like different parts of this country and I just experienced the different people. I think I met all kinds of people, amazing people, and just, there's also the other side. And also you would get to experience different cultures and you just see different, you just get to tour this country, which is almost impossible, like, because we're busy. Anyway, I might be speaking for myself, but what I'm saying is that you get that opportunity to move to different places. So if that's your thing, then site is going to grant you that opportunity. And most likely, site is going to grant you the opportunity to earn some good money. It should. It almost always should grant you that opportunity. So then I want us to talk about some of the things you need to be on the lookout for when you find yourself in a site environment. So first, what I want to start with is pressure. Pressure. What I mean is there's going to be times when there is a problem. It needs to be solved. And most of the times, you'll be expected to solve it on the spot. But what I can say is if you have knowledge and you're sure that you have the answer, well and good. If you don't give an answer that you're not sure is right. Ask for some time. If you need to stop the works and get the solution. As fast as you can, get the solution, and then proceed only when you're sure what you're recommending is what is right. I hope the point is home. Some other thing that you need to look out for is you're going to have a lot of time, plenty of time. On site is where, the actual works, it's working with the hand. And as an engineer, that's not your job to do. So after you give all the instructions, you're going to have a lot of time on your hand. So you need to plan and know what you want to do with that time. For sure, you're not always going to have plenty of time just on your plate. So you need to think about and be very deliberate on what you want to do with that time. Don't just give instructions and go sit down and wait for the day to end. You need to know, you need to add on to your knowledge as much as possible. And site is the best place to do that because you can actually test out, all kinds of things and see what works. So you can do tests, you can do lab tests, you can do different kinds of research. Just don't be idle. Just don't spend your time I do, in whatever way, you know what I do means. Yes, because you're going to have plenty of time. And I've gotten that from others as well. I thought it was only me who experienced that, but I did get it from others as well. That on site there's actually plenty of time. So something else that you need to be on the lookout for is you'll be challenged on site. You will be challenged by other professionals, by other people on site. Just be confident on what you are talking about. Let me just give you an example. For example, people don't like distractions on site, and they always see the engineer as the person who wants to stop the works, wants to, it's just the person who always disturbs them. So you'll be challenged if you really believe in what the things that you're recommending and things that you're saying. So just be confident, know what you're saying, be sure about what you're saying, and I think all will be well. Some other thing to look out for is harsh weather and just a tough working environment. That one, be sure. Of course, you'll be working outside. It's either there will be sun, too much heat, depending on your location, too much heat, or there is rains, or there is all kinds of animals. Like from my experience, there were all kinds of animals. Some I don't even know their names till date. So that one you need to get ready for. And it's not pleasant, but it's part of site. You're out there, it's part of it. All right. So I think something else also that we can talk about is what you might need to do, because there's a lot of things that we don't have control over, but something what you have control over is best to it's best to bring under your control. I hope that makes sense. What I'm trying to mean, for example, what I talked about time. Now that you know that when you go to site, you're going to have plenty of time, it's easy to plan beforehand. What are some of the things that I can do? What are some of the ways that I can learn while I work? How can I use this extra time that I have to improve myself? What are some of the things that, you can also look at your career in a broader perspective and what you want to achieve and what you need to do now to get there. So that's what I mean by taking advantage of the things that you have the power to take advantage of. So some of the things: improve your knowledge base, make use of that plenty of time you have during that period of your career. So that's that. I think I'll just tell you something short about such experience that was very I find very interesting that I didn't expect. For example, when I went on site, I didn't expect that. I don't know why this one was so shocking. Amongst all the things that I ever experienced on site, I saw a street footing. The way a street footing was being done, and I was so shocked. I have drawn cross-section of street footings, done designs for street footings. For some reason, I never imagined that's how it looked like. I don't know why. I don't know. But I don't know for you, if you've ever been on site and you're watching this video, that experience that you had that was just so surprising that you didn't expect it was like that. Please type it on the comments section for laughs and also just to learn from each other. And also if you have like an experience that is going to be helpful to the young engineers out there, then please type it on the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, goodbye. Have happy holidays. Happy holidays. Goodbye.